Hello friends, I'm going to teach you what you need to be doing for reading this week. The first thing you're going to be reading this week is you're going to be reading a few poems in your reading and writing companion. This week we're working on poetry, and when you're thinking about poetry, I want you to think a lot about rhyming words. That is one of the biggest things with poetry is people use a lot of rhyming words at the end of their poems. Okay, so you're not going to be taking the notes on the sides of these pages like these notes here or the blue notes here. Don't take notes here and do not take notes here. And let me tell you why. Instead of taking notes on the side of these pages by yourself, we're going to be doing that all together in our Zoom lessons. Okay, so what will you be doing? Well, let me show you. You're going to be thinking about this essential question. What are we trying to find out? We're trying to find out where can your imagination take you. You do not have to write the answer to this question. That's just what we're going to be thinking about and reading about this week is think about where are these authors' imaginations taking them, and where can our imaginations take us? Okay, here are your directions. You're going to choose either choice 1 or choice 2. Choice 1, you'll be writing answers to the questions and then sending this document to me in Google Classroom. Choice 2 is instead of choosing to type your answers here in this document in Google Docs, what you're going to be doing is recording videos instead. You don't need to choose both choices, but every day you're going to choose one of these choices. Okay, so for Monday, you're either going to see it says read the yellow highlighted vocabulary words below and their definitions, or what the vocabulary words mean, and then write the answers to the question for each word. So, this sentence where you have your yellow highlighted word will tell you what the vocabulary word in yellow means, and then down here you'll be typing your answer to this question. So think about what could you create with clay, and then write your answer. Maybe your answer could be, I can make cups with clay. And then if you make a mistake, remember you have this button here, your undo button, and you can click that. And you'll be going down and answering all the questions for these words, for these vocabulary words. Okay, your second choice here's Tuesday. So for Tuesday, you're going to read this, and your choice 1 is to write down 3 more lines from the poem on page 61 that rhyme below. Please do not write the lines that are already here. So let's look at page 61. On page 61, you're reading the story, the poem, What Story Is This? And you're going to write down more words that rhyme. So let's see. The first words that rhymed here were today and play. Can you find more rhyming words here? When you find your rhyming words, go ahead and write them here. You only need to write 3 lines from the poem that rhyme. So see how up here there's 2 lines of the poem written? You would write 1. Maybe you would write the line of the poem 1. None of us are us today. And then you would write the next line of the poem. We're putting on a play. And then you would write one more sentence or line from the poem that rhymes. Okay, let's see what your choice 1 is for Wednesday. And I will be posting another video to show you what choice 2 would look like, where I act it out, okay? Alrighty, so first you can go ahead and read your directions on your own. Choice 1 says, finish this sentence. A stanza means, so you will finish the sentence telling us what a stanza is. Up here, let's see. You might have to go back into your text or look back here to see what stanzas mean. So finish your sentence with a stanza means. And then you'll write the words in each stanza that rhyme with each other. There should be 12 words altogether. What that means is look at your poem, A Box of Crayons. See, here's your poem, A Box of Crayons. And there should be 12 rhyming words in this poem. Those 12 rhyming words you will write here. So for example, two of the rhyming words are, let's see, day and away. So here you would write day, away. Okay? So there's your example for that. Let's look at choice 1 for Thursday. Okay, point of view. The way a speaker in a poem feels about something is his or her point of view. When I read A Box of Crayons on page 60, I ask myself, what is the speaker's point of view? Choice 1 is after reading the ticket, the poem The Ticket, fill in the graphic organizer. You'll only need to write one character, one clue, one point of view in the boxes below. Okay, so I'm going to read the poem, The Ticket, and then I want you to think about who is the main character, what are the clues that tells us what the main character thinks or feels, and then what is a sentence. Okay, so the clue means it's a sentence from your text that tells us how the poet thinks or feels. And then point of view is telling us how you know that is what the speaker thinks and feels. I've decided that instead of reading the poem, The Ticket, I'm going to give you an example with the poem, What Story Is This? Okay, close your eyes while I read this poem to you. Ready? You're going to make a mind movie with your eyes closed. Ready? Begin. What story is this? None of us are us today. We're putting on a play. Knock, knock, knock. Someone's there. That's the wolf, my friend Claire. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, Julie the little pig says with a grin. Joseph and Pat are pigs as well. They run to Claire's house and ring the bell. Do you remember the story's name? If so, you've won the guessing game. Okay, by Trevor Reynolds. You can now open your eyes. So who was the main character in this poem? Well, let's see. It doesn't tell us the character's name, so we can think that maybe the main character that wrote the author of this poem, so I'm going to put main character / who is telling the story. So think about who is telling the story of this poem. I think the person telling the story is not their friend Claire, because do you talk about yourself as my friend Claire? No. I don't think the person telling the story is Joseph and Pat, because you don't talk about yourself as Joseph and Pat are pigs as well. You would say me and Pat, or me and Joseph are pigs as well. I think the main character or the person who is telling the story is the author, and we never get their name. I'm going to write example from a box of crayons. Example from a box of crayons. Okay. And I'm going to highlight all of my examples in yellow so that you do not get confused. Okay. So instead of thinking about the clue, let's think about the main character or who is telling the story. Let's think about their point of view. So what do they think and feel? To understand what they think and feel, you need to go back and reread the poem. All right, I'm going to reread the poem, and I'd like for you to close your eyes again, and this time you're thinking about what does the person telling the story think or feel. What story is this? By Trevor Reynolds. None of us are us today. We are putting on a play. Knock, 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 someone's there. That's the wolf, my friend Claire. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Julie, a little pig, says with a grin. Joseph and Pat are pigs as well. They run to Claire's house and ring the bell. Do you remember this story's name? If so, you've won the guessing game. I don't think the person telling this poem, this story, is feeling sad because there's so many fun exclamation points. And usually when we're playing a game, we don't feel super sad. Do you think this person is feeling angry? I don't think they're feeling angry because it's not telling me that they're shouting or that they have a frowny face on. I think that that the author is feeling happy and excited because there are lots of exclamation points in our text, and they say that they're playing a game and they're putting on the play, and everybody seems to be really happy and really excited about putting on this play. Also, I can tell by the illustrations, everybody has a smile on their face, and nobody is sad or angry or frowning in the picture. So, using what I've learned, I think the author's point of view is that the author or speaker, we're going to say the speaker instead. The speaker, because in poems, we say that they're speakers. The speaker is excited, and then we always have to say because they enjoy putting on plays. And then a clue, so a sentence from our poem that proves that they're excited. Let's see. I think the last sentence, if so, you've won the guessing game, proves that the author is excited because there's an exclamation point, and they ask the question in a really fun way that seems exciting to the storyteller or author. So I'm going to write the sentence, if so, you've won the guessing game. If so, you have won the guessing game. For Friday, you're going to reread all of the poems, and then you're going to answer these questions. Use